Welcome to Quiz Moose. Are you smarter than a Canadian moose? Let's find out. And yes, that was a moose call. Think you can survive Canada's most shocking disasters? From massive tornadoes to deadly wildfires, this quiz will test your knowledge of extreme weather and history. You have just 5 seconds per question, so stay sharp and trust your instincts. Let's begin. What year did the deadly Halifax explosion, one of the biggest man-made blasts before the atomic bomb, occur? 1912, 1917, 1923, or 1905? The correct answer is 1917. The Halifax explosion on December 6, 1917, killed nearly 2,000 people and injured 9,000 more when 2 ships collided in Halifax Harbor. The blast was heard 300 kilometers away. Which Canadian province was devastated by a massive wildfire in 2016, forcing the evacuation of nearly 90,000 people? British Columbia, Saskatchewan, Alberta, or Manitoba? Alberta is the correct answer. The Fort McMurray wildfire, nicknamed the Beast, burned over 590,000 hectares and caused $9 billion in damage, the costliest natural disaster in Canadian history. The deadly 1998 ice storm paralyzed parts of Quebec and Ontario for weeks. How many Canadians lost power at the storm's peak? 500,000, 1 million, 3 million, or 5 million? The correct answer is 3 million. The 1998 ice storm coated everything in up to 100 millimeters of freezing rain. Some people in Quebec were without power for over a month in January temperatures. Cows in barns froze to death. What caused the catastrophic 1996 Saguenay flood in Quebec, one of the most expensive disasters in Canadian history? A dam break, extreme rainfall over several days, a hurricane, or a glacial lake outburst? Extreme rainfall over several days is the correct answer. Over 250 millimeters of rain fell in just 2 days. The Saguenay flood killed 10 people, destroyed 1,500 homes, and caused over $1.5 billion in damage. Entire villages simply vanished. Typhoon Freda hit which Canadian province hard in 1962? Ontario, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, or British Columbia? The correct answer is British Columbia. Freda's winds reached 145 kilometers per hour in parts of BC. The storm toppled thousands of trees in Stanley Park. Some of the damage effects are still visible today. On what date did a powerful tornado strike Sudbury, Ontario, causing significant damage across the city? July 1st, 1979, August 20th, 1970, September 5th, 1975, or August 10th, 1971? August 20th, 1970 is the correct answer. In under 30 minutes, powerful winds tore through the Sudbury area, damaging 300 homes, wrecking garages, uprooting trees, knocking down power lines, and crushing vehicles. 6 people lost their lives, and approximately 200 others were injured. In what year did the catastrophic Red River flood, known as the Flood of the Century, hit Manitoba? 1950, 1979, 1997, or 2011? The correct answer is 1997. The 1997 Red River flood forced 28,000 people from their homes. The floodwaters created a massive lake, nicknamed the Red Sea, stretching nearly 2,000 square kilometers. The White Wand blizzard of 2004 dumped record-breaking snowfall on which Canadian city in a single storm? Quebec City, Halifax, Moncton, or St. John's? Halifax is the correct answer. White Wand dropped 95 centimeters of snow on Halifax in less than 24 hours, a Canadian record for a single storm. Cars, buses, and even snowplows were buried. The city shut down completely. The massive 2011 Slave Lake wildfire in Alberta destroyed what percentage of the town? 10%, 25%, 60%, or 40%? The correct answer is 40%. The Slave Lake fire destroyed 40% of the town in a single day, including the town hall, library, and radio station. All 7,000 residents were evacuated. Flames moved faster than anyone could run. When the Barrie tornadoes struck Ontario in May 1985, how many twisters touched down in that single outbreak? 3, 8, 14, or 19? "14 is the correct answer. On May 31, 1985, the deadliest tornado outbreak in Canadian history spawned 14 tornadoes across Ontario, killing 12 people and injuring 155. Some twisters reached F4 intensity with winds over 330 kilometers an hour. Canada's costliest insured natural disaster occurred in August 2024. What type of event was it? A flood in Montreal, a wildfire near Jasper, an ice storm in Ontario, or an earthquake in BC? The correct answer is a wildfire near Jasper. The 2024 Jasper wildfire destroyed roughly a third of the beloved national park town, burning over 1,100 structures. It became the costliest insured disaster in Canadian history, surpassing even the 2016 Fort McMurray fire. The entire town was evacuated for weeks. In 2021, which tiny BC village was completely destroyed by wildfire after a record 49.6 degrees Celsius heat day? Prince George, Lytton, William Lake, or Vernon? Lytton is the correct answer. The town hit Canada's all-time hottest temperature just before the fire. Only 2 people died, but the entire community was lost. Which 1775 hurricane is Canada's deadliest natural disaster on record, killing about 4,000 sailors off Newfoundland? Hurricane Hazel, Great Newfoundland Hurricane, Hurricane Juan, or Hurricane Fiona? Great Newfoundland Hurricane is the correct answer. It happened during the American Revolutionary War and wrecked 700 boats. Shores were littered with bodies for weeks. What record-breaking year saw over 15 million hectares of Canada burn? Bigger than England. 2016, 2023, 2021, or 1989? The correct answer is 2023. More than 6,000 fires forced 232,000 evacuations, and smoke reached Europe, the worst wildfire season in recorded Canadian history. On July 31, 1987, a massive F4 tornado tore through Edmonton, Alberta. What was this specific tornado nickname? Black Friday, the Screaming Eagle, Great Edmonton Tornado, or the Enigma Tornado? Black Friday is the correct answer. It was Canada's second deadliest tornado, killing 27 people and injuring over 300. It destroyed an industrial park, tossing heavy oil tanks like toys and causing a massive fuel spill that caught fire, creating a terrifying tornado-fire hybrid. In 2013, southern Alberta experienced devastating floods. Which iconic city center was submerged under several feet of water? Downtown Edmonton, downtown Calgary, downtown Lethbridge, or downtown Medicine Hat? The correct answer is downtown Calgary. The Bow and Elbow rivers overflowed, turning the Stampede grounds into a lake. Over 80,000 people were evacuated. It became the costliest natural disaster in Alberta's history, with damages exceeding $6 billion. Which famous Canadian shipwreck, immortalized in a Gordon Lightfoot song, sank in Lake Superior during a storm on November 10, 1975? The Blue Nose, the SS Klondike, the SS Edmund Fitzgerald, or the Empress of Ireland? The SS Edmund Fitzgerald is the correct answer. Lightfoot's song, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, turned it into a cultural legend. The freighter sank in 530 feet of water, killing all 29 crew members. The exact cause of the sinking is still debated, but it involved a witch's brew of rogue waves and structural failure. Which Canadian city holds the dubious record for having the most lightning strikes per year? Vancouver, BC, St. John's, Newfoundland, Calgary, Alberta, or Windsor, Ontario? The correct answer is Windsor, Ontario. Windsor sits in Thunderstorm Alley. It experiences more lightning strikes per square kilometer than any other city in Canada, averaging over 30 thunderstorm days per year. The heat and humidity from the Great Lakes fuel these storms. What is the Saskatchewan Screamer? A type of dust devil, a fast-moving Arctic cold front, a high-pressure warm front, or a stationary front? A fast-moving Arctic cold front is the correct answer. A Saskatchewan Screamer is a fast-moving Arctic cold front that sweeps across the prairies, rapidly dropping temperatures by up to 20 degrees Celsius and causing dangerous whiteout conditions with strong winds, even without snowfall. Which city called in the Canadian Army to help clear snow after the storm of the century in 1999? Montreal, Toronto, St. John's, or Quebec City? The correct answer is Toronto. Toronto received 118 centimeters of snow in 2 weeks, overwhelming the city's budget. The military was called in to help clear snow. Then Mayor Mel Lastman was teased by the rest of Canada for years after calling the military for a snowfall. How did you score? Let me know your result in the comments and challenge a friend to beat you. For more fast and fun quizzes, subscribe to Quiz Moose and hit the bell so you never miss a challenge. See you in the next quiz!